Welcome to Base Space. A crypto podcast. Base Space.
Yo, how's it going?
Good, man.
Good. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
How's it been? Nice to speak to you all.
Yeah, we're blessed to have you on, man. How's your day going? Is it day or night where you're at?
I'm in LA, so it's 6 p.m. It's nighttime.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm in Colorado, and the others are East Coast.
Nice. Hobie's here. He's a listener. Hobie, you have to request. And then Rohan is here as well. Rohan, on the bottom left, there's a microphone button. Just tap that, and you can turn into a speaker.
For the record, I'm actually not East Coast. I take offense to that.
Whoa! I take offense to you taking offense to that.
Okay, Texas boy.
Yeah, okay, Mr.
Okay, I
Everything's
didn't
bigger
say
in
that.
Texas.
Nah, that's awesome.
Wait, who are we trying to get here?
Yeah, I don't.
I invited them both on.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, I just invited Rohan.
They just got to hit accept on their phone.
Is it Aram? RM?
Yeah, it's a ROM. Yeah, it's a ROM.
Aram? Okay.
Wrong. Perfect.
How was your break?
My Thanksgiving break was great. I spent some time with family, but I still had to work through it, to be honest. Lots to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like being in this space, you don't really get the traditional holidays off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I was working on
he
Thanksgiving
doesn't-
Day as well. I think you cut out. Or maybe I did.
He'll
Nah, I
rejoin.
hear you.
Sorry, guys. if you're
Yeah,
tuning in.
sometimes it can be a little.
Just a
buggy.
second. Trying to get the speakers up here. There we go. We got one.
Hey, what's up, Rohan?
Hey, there you
Hello.
go. How's it going, Rohan?
Hi. How's it going, guys? Sorry, I'm having some trouble with my phone. iPhones are not the best with these things. So many permissions that you need to give them in order to just access your mic. Oh my god.
Don't
Privacy
worry.
and security first.
Sure. Do. Okay.
Hey, Doug, you're made a speaker now. You just gotta unmute yourself. There we go.
I am
Sorry.
here. Who just told me they were in Colorado? Who is that?
You too.
What's up, buddy? So am I.
Let's go. The best state.
The best state.
Yeah. We could both visit Charles from Cardano.
Yeah, go visit his farm.
Would you like to invite him? He loves to talk.
Yeah, we'd love to have him on.
Him and Eric Voorhees, right? The whole ETH Denver crowd.
Yeah.
Are
there's a
you
huge
guys
ETH
planning
scene.
on going?
In February, yeah, I'm working on some stuff. It's not official yet, so, but I like to attend.
Me too. We're gonna have to see if we can get some tickets to that.
Yeah, we probably could. We probably could find a way to get in there.
I mean, it's free. They just apparently sell your info. I saw there's like some threads going around that people were upset about that.
That's not very crypto-like.
That's not very decentralized.
I think they share with their sponsors attendees information.
Yeah, I can't do it. Can't dox myself.
First name, Mewtwo.
Last name, Pokemon.
Okay. guys, we're really excited to have you on the base space. As you can tell, we're super casual space. We kind of just started this off. I guess it's been over a year now. We've been doing these guys almost a year that we've been doing these spaces. Just kind of started out as like a friend group, just shooting the shit, and we slowly started to bring on projects, and now it's like an educational space that we just bring on dope projects like yourself and educate the community on everything going on in the ecosystem. So welcome.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to be here and to speak to you all. It is our first ever Glitch Twitter space, by the way. So you guys, this is pretty cool. The first ever one. We've never done a Twitter space ever for Glitch. So this is something totally new for us. Not for me specifically, but for us, it's new. So it's nice to be here.
That's awesome.
Yep,
Let's go.
very nice to be here. The first time I've ever come on call.
Well, it's a
Never
good thing
done
you
this.
picked the best
Never
Twitter
done
space
this.
to do it with.
Yeah, and I've actually I've noticed kind of like an uptick of projects actually kind of regularly hosting community AMAs on Twitter. It's like the product is like blowing up. It's pretty interesting to see it kind of like unfold.
Yeah, on a marketing perspective, Twitter Spaces is really good for community building and to just build that engagement and trust, with your community, and it's one thing that we've really wanted to ramp up and do, and so we're excited to actually execute on that, and we're happy that you guys are able to speak to us and willing to come on the space. So that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we could do some like quick introductions. My name is B2. I'm the founder and host, obviously, of the Base Space. Chase, maybe then Super. Do a
Chase, you
quick
wanna go first?
intro.
Yeah, so I'm Chase, as Mewtwo mentioned and doxed. I am from the South, so I'm out of Texas right now. Kind of came on to Base Space to help be a co-host and help run and bring you guys on and kind of like help vet projects and do the research and prep for questions. That's kind of like my role within the Base Space.
And my name's Super. I'm the shit posting frog on Twitter. I help on the marketing side and just all the back end stuff mainly. And yeah.
No worries. I guess I can introduce myself a little bit as well, right? And so my name's Ram. I'm the marketing manager at Glitch. I oversee all of the marketing efforts that we do here, and it's nice to be here. So I am in Los Angeles. So I'm from the U.S. I've had over 5 years of marketing experience. Basically, all of my experience has been crypto specific, and I started building communities through other online gaming stuff starting in 2010. So that's really what kickstarted my passion for marketing and stuff. And then after I got into crypto, I kind of just stuck with the industry, and I've been learning a lot, been working with a lot of projects, and now I'm with Glitch for the long term. And so, yeah, that's just a little bit about myself.
Hi, I'm Rohan, head of R&D at Glitch. So I deal with a lot of marketing, business, some tech stuff as well on a daily basis. I think I've been in the whole blockchain space ever since 2015. That's when I first came across just same old story of, you come across Bitcoin, then you want to buy it, then you're very more curious about it, and then you start researching more about the technology as a whole, and then you move on to thinking, is Bitcoin and everything really centralized? And you keep diving more into this space and learn, and that's how my journey has been. I started off working with this blockchain consultancy firm that used to build blockchains or smart contracts for businesses from the real world that want to use the peer-to-peer system for basically for supply chain and for all of these use cases, and been with Glitch over the last 1 year now. And yeah, been fun.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Doug, also known as Hobie Baker Ghost, one of the Glitch community advocates. I've been in the Glitch chat for a pretty long time. I've got 15 years of sales and marketing experience, and I've been just pretty heavy into researching crypto projects for the last few years. And Glitch has just checked all the boxes for me. And so I started to get really involved here in the last 2 months, building out a community-driven YouTube channel that goes in depth to pretty much every partnership, every aspect of the chain that's being built. And grateful to have been invited by the team to be a participant on this today.
Oh, let's go. We got a full crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're happy to have you all, by the way. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah, we've got Niels here too. I don't know if he wants to talk or anything, Niels, but if you wanted to ever join the convo, you can hit that mic button. I'm sure they wouldn't mind bringing you on. But Niels is here. He's our marketing assistant as well, and our copywriter. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely a full house.
Yeah, absolutely. Request to speak, and we'll bring you up if you want to hop in.
Yeah, absolutely. Super curious, like what actually led you to Glitch?
Yeah, well, actually, it's funny because I actually found Glitch 2 weeks before I was brought onto the team. But what personally, and this is just taking everything out of the equation regarding working for Glitch. I started investing in, or I started doing research on smaller cap DeFi gems, and really, really thought that Glitch can make big noise based off of what they were building and what has been going on, and they've originally there was a lot of hype and momentum as there is today, so that kind of grabbed my interest. The second thing is that Glitch is trying to set itself apart from the other chains, kind of like in a different way. And one core way is that we're really trying to hone in on the aspect of the retail investor, right? And really focusing on the individual person, and rather than big whales and VCs and other hedge funds, and so that also resonated with me, because I'm a retail investor myself, as most of us here are. And so there's a lot of inefficiencies that other chains have provided. There's a lot of things that other projects don't tackle, and Glitch is. And so that was the real initial interest of the project. And then I was onboarded to the team about 2 weeks later after rigorous interviews and stuff. And so, yeah, that was my initial interest.
Very base. And Rohan, was it similar for you as well?
I think it was, for me, it was more personal and something unexpected. So back when, back in the days, I was really diving into a lot of the white papers and design thinking with blockchain projects, layer ones and whatnot, who were just trying to do everything. They just wanted to be the next Ethereum killer, the next Cardano killer, better than everyone, and something of that sorts. And I hopped into Sean. We we went out a couple of times. We were having some conversations around the vision of Glitch and what he really wants to do with Glitch, and that's what the start was for me. And then I went back, read through the white paper, had a lot of conversations with Joanna, a lot of back and forth with them, and that was my beginning. And then that's when I hopped in, and then started working and being a part of the team full time. And there's this one thing that Sean said that really caught with me, and that this is something that I personally believe in, that not every new blockchain needs to be an Ethereum killer. All of us can specialize in one, focus on one thing that we want to specialize in, and still run parallel blockchains and grow this whole crypto ecosystem together. So that's something that really got with me.
Yeah, that's wonderful, man. I love everything about the crypto community. Everyone's coming together. Everyone. There's enough for us to build and have our own piece of the pie, in a sense. So yeah, that's beautiful, man. And Hobie, I'm curious, like from a community like standpoint, you obviously are a very active community member. What led you to discover the Glitch protocol?
Yeah, great question. So for me, I spent a lot of time kind of perusing, low caps, Coin Market Cap, Coin Gecko, kind of looking for, what's a standout project? What has kind of the things that I look for when researching a project that checks the boxes, right? You want to have a strong team that has great background, that's docs themselves. You want great tokenomics associated with the project, but then you want to understand what their mission is. And when you're building a layer one, you've got to really be able to build a strong community that is very interested in what you're bringing to the table. What's the token utility? How do I get to participate? And those are all things that as Glitch started to really show what they were building, the level of partnerships that they were engaging with, how the token would work across each one of these partnerships, as well as, the staking opportunities, and then to tie it all together, this really unique revenue sharing model that they're going to be bringing to market. All of those things really started to pique my interest. And so I spent a little time doing a little bit more research, diving into these things, and realized, wow, this is a tremendously undervalued hidden gem that's building a layer one that's purpose built for DeFi so it can scale. It's got the speed, the finality, right? People don't talk about finality. Everybody spends so much time talking about transactions per second as like the big marketing thing. But I really look at finality, especially when you think about bots and getting front run on transactions or going into an NFT sale, as challenges in the space more so than transactions per second in some cases. The fact that Glitch is pursuing sub-second finality, in addition to all the other boxes they're checking from a technology, security, and scalability perspective, I was all in. And so as I kind of saw what they were building, came through the summer and kind of the downtrend, but a lot of great partnerships were announced by Glitch. And I'm like, I got to take a step back. I think a lot of people are missing out on this. And that kind of drove me towards creating Glitch Talk, which is that YouTube channel that goes into each one of those aspects in great detail.
That's awesome, man. I mean, Chase, super. We can attest that like we know community is so essential in this space, and it was clear from like the time that we started promoting the episode that there was a huge community just forming around Glitch. So many people are hyped. I'm sure. I don't know. Do you guys have people like creating memes and stuff around Glitch yet?
Oh yeah, for sure. We definitely have community members making memes. We make memes ourselves too because it's fun. But a lot of
Our graphic designer is the best.
yeah, he makes a lot of memes and just posts them and shares them out and just circulates them, which is fun. But we have a lot of passionate community members that are doing the exact same thing, and yeah.
Yeah. It's. I think it's crucial, especially in this day and age. We see the power of the memes and what they can do with Dogecoin, and just even if you look at projects like Chainlink, look at their community, the amount of memes that are being generated. It's a huge brand awareness campaign, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm very familiar with the Chainlink community. Oh, actually, putting Glitch aside, I was part of the Chainlink. I still am part of the Chainlink community, to be honest. So I know that there's a lot of memes. Obviously, meme culture is super powerful. And we're seeing a lot of the same things replicated on Glitch during the early stages. When Chainlink was around 20, 50, 70, 100, 80, 90 cents. You started seeing all the memes pop up on Twitter, all the memes on 4chan, and we're kind of seeing the same thing on Glitch. Obviously, not to the same extent as Chainlink, but we're starting to see it, and we're building momentum. So it's really cool what our community is doing, and it's really cool to see how strong our community is, because you can go on the Twitter hashtag and type in, GLCH, do a quick search, you can have 20 followers, but get 150 likes and 50 retweets, because that's how strong our community is, and it reminds me of the Chainlink community, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we've got a really solid community.
Yeah, no, I'm really bullish on meme culture. Anytime I see a protocol or really just any sort of project that has a really strong just organic meme culture behind it, that usually indicates that you should probably look into whatever it is just a little bit deeper, because you can't really fake that. You know, it's like the equivalent of like the memes on the internet. It's like the equivalent of like, you know, if you want to rock apparel, right? Like it's like Nike, like having that like street culture where, you know, everyone's walking around wearing Nike or Adidas, whatever the brand may be. It's organic, right? And so typically where the memes are, there's some secret sauce there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of meme coins, but look at their communities. You know what I mean? Like Shiba and Floki and those memes. I mean, I don't really like meme coins myself because I'm into projects that has utilities. But there's a lot of meme coin projects out there that have a super, super strong community, and they're doing super well. You know, so community is highest priority for sure.
Yeah. And it's actually, I don't want to derail a conversation too much, but since you kind of just like brought that idea up, and this is something I've been thinking about, is I think at some point in time, we may have to kind of figure out like what is considered what does it look like when a meme coin is like, quote, a meme? Its marketing is all a meme, but like the fundamentals are very strong. Does that make sense? So it's like it's wrapped and packaged as like a meme. But if you actually look at it, like what would that look like if it actually has like DeFi properties and like is a legitimate project? Like I think it's a very real possibility that we could see, and we kind of are seeing, I guess, a little bit with SHIB, but like I think it's possible we could see a powerhouse emerge that is wrapped and packaged as a meme, but once you look underneath the hood, it actually is a strong working project with a solid team. And I think that's one thing we may have to kind of like maybe a hard pill to swallow on CT, but I could see something like that occurring because it's free marketing, right? It helps you grow with that memeability.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing that you're saying now with OK, let's go. You know, it's like taken originally from the Chainlink community, turned into something that Moontography is kind of building up, and their core community is you know, their messaging is meme, yeah, but they actually have things going on too. So I agree with what you're saying. It just really depends on what they're building on the back end of that, you know.
Not really into Doge, but I kind of feel that Doge is the best example for this, with the whole positioning and with how they're going.
Yeah, we've definitely played around with the idea of Doge. Like Elon Musk has enough money and enough companies to really turn it into something, right? Like purchase Tesla with Doge, purchase solar power with Doge, like all of his services, Starlink with Doge. Maybe get a discount by using them. Maybe you're able to mine Doge with his Tesla automobile, right? So possibilities are endless.
Well, memes aside, right? We've got just a fabulous UI UX designer. I think the logo for Glitch is absolutely amazing, right? There's a ton of things that can be done with that. They've been building out some great, not just memes for awareness, but the UI UX experience in testnet with the wallet. Those things are coming along and are absolutely fabulous. So I think there's some things to share in terms of updates, Aram, from what I understand, in terms of where the wallet is at right now as things are kind of progressing. There's a huge roadmap of things for Q4 here. So I know the team is excited to talk about some of those things.
Yeah. Let's do this, like at a very high level, because I'm sure that we have people in the audience. Like, what is the Glitch protocol, like in layman's terms?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can speak a little bit to this, and I hope you can jump in because you're really good at explaining it too. But basically, Glitch is a layer one blockchain, right? I mean, that's what it is. It's purpose built for DeFi, though. So while other chains are trying to be, you know, the quote unquote jack of all trades, we're very niche, and we focus specifically for decentralized money market applications, and that's our niche. That's our specific target audience, right? So we boast up to 3K TPS, right? And that's kind of scaled through the revenue sharing vault that we're developing now. And so all official decentralized applications that are built on Glitch will be connected to this revenue sharing vault, where all revenues from those decentralized applications will be used to scale the network. basically lowering transaction costs for the user. We're trying to make it stable, which is kind of a big task, but that's in development. And then the other parts of the revenues are actually reinvested back into the ecosystem and sent to the glitch token staker. So anyone staking glitch. And so the way that works is that those excess revenues from the revenue sharing vault are sent to the GEX, right? And so the GEX is the decentralized exchange that we're building on the glitch network, right? And so the GEX will utilize those revenues and buy up glitch tokens on the open market and then send it to everyone staking glitch. So it's basically a recirculation of tokens that are already in circulation because there's an 88 million hard cap, right? And so that's pretty cool in terms of like the tokenomics aspect of it. But as a whole, we are building a layer 1 blockchain. We're building a whole DeFi ecosystem though. So it's not just the blockchain. In the future, we'll have a lending platform, an NFT marketplace. We'll have all these different types of decentralized applications, and we're partnering with a lot of people to make it happen. We have a lot of interest from other developers reaching out to already want to build on the network, which is really great to see. And all of our current ecosystem partners like Gpool, as an example, which is our preferred launchpad for all projects built on Glitch, they're doing some amazing things too. And so, they've already raised over, $2.53 million for the projects that have IDO'd on their launchpad. And so the main one is Depot. That one has already done like a 30x or 40x on launch, crazy numbers. And so if that one does, that well, imagine all the projects on Glitch, because at the end of the day, Gpool is going to be incentivizing all of the projects built on Glitch to go on Gpool. You know what I mean? So there's just a lot being built on the back end of things. There's a lot of potential for Glitch in the future. And we know exactly where we're heading, and it's just really cool. Doug, if you wanted to hop in and speak on anything else that I missed on a high level.
Yeah, no, that's great. So just to get a little bit more into the technology side, right? So they're doing a consensus mechanism that's a DK delegated proof of stake. So, and in order to really drive decentralization, each epoch, you'll have, 21 validators elected by those staking. And essentially their voting powers reduce over time. So you would have to continue to purchase more Glitch as a validator to be able to continue to maintain your voting rights. So that will help for more validators to be elected and cycled through each epoch, which is really exciting from a decentralization perspective. And of course, when we talk about security, one thing that I don't think a lot of people really spend a lot of time thinking about, and I did a very specialized video on this, but Glitch has engaged with a company called Kurtosis Technologies. And Kurtosis is known for doing end-to-end testing and orchestration for complex blockchain environments. And so they have currently worked with Avalanche, Chainlink, Solana, and now recently have also partnered with Near Protocol in performing those really deep, long tail statistical type of distribution and measurements to be able to identify bad things that may be in your environment before they're an issue migrating over into production. So the fact that, number one, Glitch has had the foresight to engage with such a reputable and thorough organization to focus on the security testing pre-launch so that there are no bugs, there's no issues when you're migrating from ERC over to what will be the Glitch GRC standard. And when you're staking, your funds will be safe, right? All of those things add up to the validation for me that Glitch is in this for the long run, that they're doing all the right things, engaging with the right partnerships, and Kurtosis just really solidifies that for me.
Wow, yeah, definitely a lot to unpack there. That you guys just shared a ton of knowledge. Let's maybe start one at a time and go through. So I know you guys have the Glitch wallet. Can you guys talk about obviously the importance that plays within the ecosystem?
So like any other blockchain, right? You need the core wallet, which will help users to obviously interact with the dApps on it. And with this wallet, we have really ambitious plans. I really don't know how much can I reveal here, but we're also trying to have browser extensions and all of these other things with it. And we're trying to understand, we're trying to take everything that the existing wallets have and trying to understand how can we improve, what would we as a user like, or how can we make these wallets as simple as possible, but at the same time make sure that the users understand that passphrases, private keys, and all of these things are so important. So at the same time, making sure that they're as secure as possible is something that we're really focusing on.
And Rohan, do y'all have any plans? I know you said you can't reveal a lot, but are there plans to make that kind of agnostic? I know you guys are building this operating system, but I feel like kind of customer acquisition, it's a very steep cost if people have to switch to new wallets. So I was just curious, like if you guys have any plans to kind of make that agnostic to maybe areas outside your operating system, but it makes it easier for users to kind of come into the operating system that you guys are building without necessarily having to create a whole new wallet.
Very much. This is something that we're really looking at, because at the current moment, right now, while we're speaking, Glitch is on Binance and on Ethereum. So Glitch is already on multiple chains, right? So having a wallet which supports other networks I believe, is very essential.
Yeah, the glitch wallet will be developed. It is being developed in iterations. So that's kind of what we do. We don't release everything all at the same time. We just launch in stages. So the first couple iterations were like the web-based wallet, where people can send transactions through the faucet, et cetera, right? The next iterations will be kind of this browser extension wallet to begin, and then over time, we'll be adding custom, tokens from other chains, kind of like Trust Swap in a way. Trust Wallet, sorry, in a way. So over a period of time, you'll see more and more things within the browser-based wallet and the extension-based wallet being released.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I know MetaMask really kind of like a hold on the market, but I have used some sort of other wallets. And I think there's just so much room for improvement from like a user experience perspective, and also just a user interface perspective. I think there really hasn't been a ton of innovation, and maybe I haven't seen what there is to offer, but it's awesome to hear you guys are thinking about that, because I think there's definitely some area or some ground that could be like captured in the wallet realm right now.
Yeah, 100%. I also want to ask about the wallet. In terms of like wallet creation, I know you guys offer like offline and online creation, which is super cool. But when it comes to like the numeric phrase, what does that look like? Like how many chances do users have to use that? Is it pretty standard in terms of, hey, you use it 5 times before you get locked out of your wallet? What does that type of process look like?
Yeah, Rohan, you want to jump in on this one? I think there's a lot still being developed, but I know let me see here. Let me see here. Let me check here. I just want to give some right information. Here, Rohan, you want to jump in real quick? I'm just checking.
I'm not sure I understand actually. Like, can you come again?
Like a lot of wallets, right? Like if you forget your numeric phrase or enter it a certain amount of times incorrectly, it'll lock. Is that something that's happening on Glitch as well?
To be honest, for now, general idea is you don't want to be locking people out. but we haven't really, nailed it down yet. With regards to what do we really want to make that happen? Do we really want to do it or not?
There's a lot of things currently that is still in the works in terms of the wallet, which is the browser extension wallet. But there are a lot of security things that are being added. There's a lot of one tap security features on the top just to ensure that there's no intruders right in your wallet, so you can quickly log off. There's one tap click. Um, I if I remember correctly, there might be something around too many attempts, and then it locks you out for like 30 minutes or so. But again, more and more updates regarding the tech deliverables will be posted on the next December newsletter, which will be shared over the next few days. So we typically post all of our tech updates either in the newsletters or we do quarterly updates. So every single quarter, we do a massive tech update that provides everything in detail as well. So all those things should be coming up too.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely check out the newsletter, guys, if you want to stay up to date.
Switching gears a little bit to kind of discuss the next area to kind of like break down that like large info dump that we had earlier. So talking about the bridge, what does the bridging process currently look from I guess like a user perspective first, but then also I guess from like a DApp perspective, like how many DApps are currently using the Glitch operating system?
Okay. So since we're not mainnet yet, right? The glitch bridge is only used for the glitch token, and it's only available from Ethereum to BSC and vice versa. So that's literally where we're at in terms of using it and the bridge being live. But once we go mainnet, that's when you'll actually start seeing the true colors of the bridge that we're actually working on, which is a V2 bridge that we're currently building, which would help Glitch connect with other blockchains. And obviously all of the dApps that are building on Glitch, they will have their own native tokens and whatnot, so they can use that bridge as well to transfer their tokens. Or we've partnered with Darwinia, wherein we're also looking at possibilities of NFT transfers across blockchains, and transferring non-token assets, or how to make that possible across all different blockchains. So that's something that we're really, really looking into.
Cool. Will the bridge also allow like the transfer of other L1s, or will stables also be allowed through the bridge?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be other networks to
will.
connect for sure. Yeah, Rohan, you were saying? Sorry, I just cut you off.
No, I was just saying that interoperability is something that we have been speaking right from the conversation starting, right? That we don't want to be a jack of all. We just want to master at what we want to do, what our major focus is, which is the financial activity. But we are very well aware that there are many other blockchains that do other things, or that do other things that would better than Glitch. So hence we are not wanting to limit the Glitch bridge just to one other big chain or something of that sort. So we'll always, as soon as we go mainnet, we'll always try to start collaborating with other layer ones in order to be able to facilitate a bridge, and then also understand how would the dApps run parallel, or would we be able to transfer some assets between them, or which are apart from tokens, or will the data be able to be shared, or how the whole thing would look like. And obviously, the stable coins as well.
Gotcha. And Doug, I think you had mentioned this earlier, but I wanted to kind of get this in. You had mentioned that Glitch works on like a decay proof of stake. Could you guys kind of like touch on that, like what that looks like for staking within Glitch?
So Rohan, if you want to talk about that, or I'm happy to do so as well. So basically, because all of the tokens are minted, so stakers will be able to obviously use the bridge to migrate to the Glitch wallet. From there, they'll be able to stake to a particular validator. And it's pretty simple from there, right? And then based on the revenue share vault and those buybacks occurring through the GEX, then there would be a distribution in Glitch back to those stakers as part of that participation.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
in terms of more technical details regarding the decay proof of stake, again, more and more updates over time will be released on all of our newsletters and stuff through iteration. So we're building and testing. If it doesn't work, we try something else. Build and test, right? So we don't want to. We're very careful with what we share, because if we share too much information and then all of a sudden when we test something doesn't work, then we have to redo it and then re-announce it, and that'll create some confusion. So we're confirming every little piece of details through the testing process, which is also why we're engaging with kurtosis. So all of these more technical, in-depth things will come over time, especially during the newsletter and through some additional tech update articles that we'll be releasing through this month in December, and then basically the rest of next year. So it's just there's a lot that still needs to be released and unpacked, but it's all that information is coming. But right now, what Hobie said is correct.
Gotcha. And so, do you guys have a kind of targeted APY that you guys are shooting? I know, not to hold you guys towards anything, but just kind of like ideally what you guys kind of envision or what you'd like to see for stakers within the protocol.
Yeah. Oh, well, in terms of specific percentages, I'm not too sure, but I know that originally the revenues, right? So the GEX will be the first DApp that will generate big revenues for the revenue sharing vault and for Glitch stakers, right? And so initially those revenues might be small, and then it'll ramp up over time. So I'm assuming that the initial APY is going to be in the single digits. And then over a longer period of time, it'll increase as there's more revenues generated, as more users join the network. And Glitch works as a positive feedback loop, right? Where when more users and developers join the network scales more efficiently, more revenues are generated, which means higher rewards for stakers, etc. And then more users join the network, more DApps are created, more revenues are generated, and then more people stake Glitch, higher APYs. So it's just a big feedback loop, and so that's kind of how it's being built.
Yeah, this might be a dumb question. I'm curious, since you guys are gonna be kind of an operating system, you're gonna have a lot of different protocols within your ecosystem. If you are a Glitch staker, would it be possible to maybe have a self-selection of maybe during this certain period of time you're trying to accumulate a very specific protocol? So could that be an option to basically have selective payouts, or will it just always be paid out in Glitch to the stakers?
No, it's going to always be in Glitch, always. And the other tokens, the GEX will most likely sell them and then buy it up in Glitch. And all the rewards will all be in Glitch. So all the value flows into the Glitch token. Yeah.
And from just kind of a high level, from a user perspective, are there any kind of risks that users should be aware of, when staking Glitch, or anything that an average user probably wouldn't be aware of that they should consider?
Well, because we're still launching mainnet and everything, I guess that initial migration process might be an issue to some people, but we're going to make it as easy as possible. In terms of security, though, as long as you're using the Glitch wallet to do the staking, there won't be too much that you're going to have to worry about, considering that we're testing internally with our internal testing team, and then we're also engaging with kurtosis rigorously to ensure that there are no vulnerabilities, or that there's as little vulnerabilities as possible in the revenue sharing vault and in all of our core products. So that's how we're kind of ensuring that there's high security on the network.
Gotcha.
Yep, and just to add to it, I'm obviously not really going into the technical details of the bridge. We've really worked hard on the current bridge which we have between Ethereum to Binance as well, right? In order to make sure that we don't lose our funds, because it obviously uses core wallets and vaults and many different things. So even if a hacker would try to, or would be able to somehow hack the bridge, he wouldn't be able to get access to the users' funds through the very bridge we have right now. And then from a securities perspective, once we go mainnet, I'm sure we're going to have the same practice across all of the dApps that we work on, and the main products that we have, which is the wallet, Explorer, and the blockchain itself, Gex, and whatnot. But it also comes on the user side, because a lot of stolen funds, or a lot of vulnerabilities that you see are through the phishing websites, or are through users losing access to their passphrases, which is the main key to their wallet, right? Even if you forget your numeric phrase, or your passwords and whatnot, you can always get access to your wallet by just putting in your passphrases. And that is something we're working very hard on, and that we will really have some sorts of a campaign around, in terms of educating the users. And if you actually go and try the wallet, which is on testnet right now, you will see that there are so many disclaimers, so many informations before you proceed, that hey, make sure you save your passphrase, hey, this is what you need to do, don't lose it, write it down on a sheet of paper. So this is where the consumer education, the community education, is something which is of a strong focus for us as well, wherein we really want to make sure that everyone understands what phishing is. That everyone, you click the right URL always. You save your passphrase on a piece of paper, and not in the notes of your MacBook, or on a text document, or a Google Doc on your computer. That's absolutely not safe. And obviously, with the kind of experience that we've recently had, wherein a user sent 20,000 glitch, which was about $40,000 worth, to the contract itself. And the problem with Ethereum is ERC has a bad token. There's something called bad token in ERC, wherein if you send your any funds to a contract, you're not able to retrieve it back. Obviously, after the ERC 1363, if I'm not wrong, it's reversible, and it's fixable and whatnot. But the initial ERC20 tokens that were created, it's not possible. So if you end up sending USD to USD contract address, it's very difficult to retrieve it. We were able to work it out with our Binance tokens, and we were able to help the users with their tokens, because 20,000 glitch is a huge amount right now. But these are a lot of the things that we've learned, and we are learning through the process, and we're trying to identify how do we mitigate these risks, or how do we avoid these things to happen when glitch actually goes mainnet, and glitch is the blockchain that people are using, and sending and receiving funds on.
Yeah, that's awesome that you guys are thinking about the newer users. I think once you're in this arena for some time, you forget really how confusing this whole industry can be, and navigating it, and knowing all the little ins and outs and do's and don'ts. It's very easy to kind of get caught up and forget where you once were, years and years ago. The last question I had around staking was, could you guys kind of touch a little bit more on the consensus mechanism? I think you guys are going to have it to where it's the top 21 candidates by the ranking of voting power will become like the 21 validators. Could you guys kind of touch on that? And then could you also touch on how I think it was like Tendermint plays a role within selecting the validator?
Yeah, what can we share here with Rohan? Because we want to be careful with what we want to share.
I mean, the DPoS consensus is just very much explained in the white paper that we have, right? That all glitch token holders are delegates. and then validators are the guys who are voted upon by the community members, and then the top 21 are selected, and then they will be validating the next blocks, and the election will always occur during an epoch for the next epoch. And so that's about the DPoS. With regards to Tendermint is a framework that you use to code blockchains, and it doesn't play as much of a role in terms of identifying who the validators will be, or who are the miners, or the guys who will be validating the blocks. So it's just a framework to code a blockchain on, or to build a blockchain on. And I'm not sure how, because I need to be very selective with what I reveal. So one thing I can say is that we've really tweaked the Tendermint framework a lot in order to fit it for the kind of vision we have in terms of the transaction speeds, so the TPS, and the revenue sharing model, because these two things don't really work well with the whole Tendermint framework. It's not as I forgot the word, not as advanced to be able to help us meet these needs. So we've really tweaked it a lot, and this is something that we're really focusing on, the transactions and the revenue sharing, which will play a very huge role in the whole glitch ecosystem.
Yeah, the revenue sharing vault is something that is essential to the ecosystem, that scales it, that it's used to reward every ecosystem user. It's basically used for everything, and that core revenue sharing vault is literally the core aspect of it's basically the heart of the glitch protocol, which is pretty cool. But yeah.
Gotcha. And Ron, could you touch on the kind of like randomness factor? Like how are you guys coming to definitive randomness between the 21 validators that are producing these blocks?
I am not sure how much can I talk with regards to this over here, to be very honest.
We're still getting approval from upper leadership as well to be sharing a lot of information. And like I said, things get shared through iterations. But I know for the smart contract random, I mean, we're going to be integrating Chainlink oracles as well, so they're going to be doing a lot of that in terms of smart contracts, which is cool. But in terms of any additional information regarding tech and stuff like that, I would really keep an eye out on the newsletter. And then all the other articles that we're going to be posting and sharing throughout the month of December, and then throughout 2022 as well. And all of these things will get cleared up. It's just a work in progress. It's an iterative process, right? So all these things will be released through different iterations over time.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. I know you guys are definitely working behind the scenes, and you guys haven't launched yet, so there's still some things that need to be worked out. I did actually have some questions I did want to get to around Chainlink and how you guys are working with them, but so I'll save that. I know we still have a few more product information we're going to go over. I think Mewtwo, did you want to cover the GEX? Or is that Super? Did you want to cover that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it over. So about your decentralized exchange, what tokens originally are you going to provide?
So the decentralized, so essentially it's just going to be like Uniswap, I think, as the MVP, right? But eventually, as mainnet rolls out and as more decentralized applications build on Glitch, obviously we're going to be integrating those specific tokens on the Glitch list at some point. Like we'll have a list of Glitch related tokens, and so of it. But the first launch of the GEX will be an MVP version, basically where you can do token swaps, and then that'll be it. And over time, through more and more iteration releases, you'll be able to do a lot more things on the GEX. And it'll also be blockchain agnostic too, so you can connect to other networks as well and bridge to other networks by using the GEX. The GEX though will be plugged in through Orion's LBP, which does a lot of stuff as well in terms of liquidity. So that's how we'll grab a lot of liquidity to begin through our partnership with Orion. And so yeah, there's just a lot in the works regarding the GEX. In terms of design though, we have the GEX designs already done. The development is well in progress. It's well in the testing phases as well. Everything's looking good.
Sweet. Yeah. And just to throw in there, I was talking to Mio Jace last night about it. The UI is insane, and just to go back on the whole community aspect, community is also important, but I think a good user interface and user experience is also crucial, especially when we talk about these new users coming in and using all these different DeFi protocols. It can be kind of confusing, and so I just wanted to give you a compliment there.
Yeah. So I'm
go ahead.
glad you saw some images of the GEX, that we released a bunch of images. So those are the ones that you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We have way more images that we can share too. I'll see if I can throw a few more on this newsletter here that we're doing for December. But yeah, the development and the testing of the GEX is all going well. So it's pretty cool what they're doing.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. I totally cut you off.
No, I was done.
So, read that there's low fees and no slippage. Can you talk how that structure actually works for someone who's not as technical?
Yeah. So the revenue sharing vault is kind of where this all comes into play. So again, the GEX is connected to this revenue sharing vault. A lot of the revenues generated from the GEX allows low transaction fees, and tech right now is trying to get fees completely stable so that there's no initial big fluctuations like you're seeing on Ethereum. You know, one day you can see a $40 swap, the next day it might be $400 swap. Ridiculous, you know. So we're combating that right now with the GEX, for sure, especially through the revenue sharing vault. I mean, that's kind of the core way it'll do. And so in terms of rewarding users, the GEX again will use their revenues to buy up glitch tokens and then send it to everyone staking glitch. So yeah, I mean, in terms of a fees perspective, the fees will be very low on the GEX. You know, also thanks to the high liquidity that Orion's LBP will provide to us initially. You know, and so that's how we'll get a lot of the liquidity. That's how you'll get a lot of limited to no slippage, and then low transaction fees are generated via the revenue sharing vault.
Yeah, and like Ram just said, GEX will be a not-for-profit, and therefore all fees accumulated will in turn be added to the profit-sharing model or the profit-sharing vault that we're working on, which will in turn benefit the glitch token holders.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, all revenues from all official decentralized exchanges that we are going to be deploying on the glitch protocol, 100% of all revenues will be reinvested back into the vault, specifically for all users on the network. So it is not profit, and we're ensuring that there's going to be a lot of positive things that comes with that.
Yep, and that's why we've also made a decision to not make a native token for the GEX or the whole profit sharing model, because then it'll be more advantageous for the glitch token holders itself to be rewarded with the native token of the whole blockchain, which is glitch.
Yeah, well, I guess the native token of GEX is glitch, right? Because it buys up. Yeah. So
yeah, so it's not going to be like Cake for PancakeSwap or Uni for Uniswap. It's just going to be glitch GEX.
And to kind of expand from that, I just want to make sure I have like a really good understanding of the vault. Is that solely redistributed amongst stakers? Like what are those funds going to be look like in terms of being used? Like I know you guys have like a DAO component as well within the protocol. Like what is the vault funding look like?
yeah, the whole DAO thing is definitely far off into the future, to be honest. So in terms of the DAO, we haven't fleshed out any details in regards to that. In regards to the rewards and how the vault works and everything, it's sent to the stakers and it's sent to validators. And then the decay model basically allows, obviously you have to buy more glitch if you're a validator, and it ensures, more decentralization like that. So hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, most of it will be sent to the glitch token stakers, and then those revenues will also be used to reduce the transaction costs on the network.
Thank you.
Perfect. Can you touch on why it's important to add the block explorer as like one of the first products on the glitch network?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, so the block explorer is important because that's kind of like the first interface that you see, and to connect with the glitch blockchain, right? So like as an example, currently for testnet, you can make a wallet, you can access the faucet, right? But then there needs to be a way for you to verify that transaction, and so the explorer is important to have first, alongside the faucet and all the wallet and the mainnet release, obviously, so that users can verify their transactions, search the transaction hash on the explorer and visually see what happened rather than just a little notification on their wallet, and so it's important for you to be able to verify, yeah. Rohan, you're going to say something?
Yeah. I mean, explorers are like the skeletons of blockchains. I mean, it's very important to have a block explorer in order to identify and understand, firstly, the transactions that are going through, how many transactions are happening. It's like for an average user like you and me, it's very difficult to. I mean, it's Block Explorer is something that visualizes what's happening in the blockchain. Otherwise, you just have to go and look in the code and just understand, oh, okay, this new line is created. That's because Aram, this guy transferred funds to Rohan, and through this, I mean, that's realistically that's not possible for every for a person like you and me to go and understand how the blockchain functions, right? So in order to see what's really happening on the blockchain, you need to go on a block explorer. When you send funds to your friends, you need to have that transaction hash that you need to send to your friend that, hey, I've transferred you funds. So that's why I believe block explorers are very important, because it gives you an understanding of what TPS is the blockchain doing right now. Like, let's say Solana promises 50K, but is only doing about 2K. Why? So that's when you can go back and answer and understand questions. Or maybe because people are just not doing 50K transactions, or when people were trying to do up to 8. I forgot the exact numbers, but when people were actually trying to do a high number of transactions, around 8 to 10K, that's when it just stopped. It just got stuck. So that's when you understand that, okay, this might be the problem and it's really not able to reach that much, or maybe it is able to reach that much. And then that's how you understand what the block height is. Whale transfers, so many other things. It's. I mean, I live my life on block explorers, so I mean, I'm sure block explorers are very, very important to understand wallet holders, stakers, validators. How many guys are currently validating on the blockchain? Are there only whales? So if there are only whales, and if there are only 3 guys that are validating your tokens, validating the blocks for the last 6 months and for the future as well, then it's centralized. Because if these 6 guys come together, they can actually go, not literally undo, but cancel transactions of their enemies or something of that sort. Obviously, you need to know the public key of the guy that you hate, but that's how you understand from Solana, right? Firstly, you can just go on their documentation and see that, okay, in order for me to start a node on Solana, I need to spend at least up to $50,000, or if not more. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, how many tokens do I need to hold in order to realistically be able to validate blocks? So these are all of the things that you see and understand from Block Explorer, and that's why you're able to conclude that okay, in order to be a validator on Solana to decentralize the network more, I need to spend at least anywhere up to 50K on the hardware, and then even if I buy tokens worth $250,000, I wouldn't be able to mine a block at least for the next 3 to 6 months. I need to hold tokens worth 500 to at least about a million, $1.5 million. I remember answering a really long question around this, but that was 3 months ago. That was like 2 3 months ago, and that's why I might not be the best with my numbers, but that's how you kind of understand that it's humanly not possible for people to validate blocks on the Solana. And then once when the glitch blockchain goes live and you see all of the validators that there are and everything that's happening, then you'll be able to understand, okay, this is probably easier or maybe not, or what is happening. So from a user or a community's perspective, you just get a whole idea of what's happening from a validation perspective, from a transactions perspective in terms of how many transactions are happening per seconds, in terms of holders, how many holders are there whale holders, or are there holders who have small amounts of glitch tokens, also in terms of what kind of rewards are being distributed by the revenue sharing board. So there are so many things that the block explorer facilitates.
Rohan, do you see? I mean, I would imagine from like an economics perspective, to me it would make sense that over time, as glitch grows in popularity, the cost of being a validator would probably increase over time because there's only 21 validators. Am I understanding that correctly, though?
Actually, in terms of hardware, that's something that we're trying to really nail down on. We don't want people to be running huge machines like ASICs or anything of that sort in order to be able to be a normal validator as well, because there are many benefits to having a full node or a half node and all of these things. And many people who have Ethereum nodes and they know that they're never ever going to generate a revenue out of it, but still have nodes in order to do many different types of transactions, right? In terms of glitch, we're trying to reduce the entry barrier as much as possible, and with the kind of the reputation and community more voting that we're bringing in with the validators, we're trying to reduce it and make it more accessible for a person like you or me who just got onto the blockchain to be able to build a node, get started, and then eventually become a node. And this 21 number will in the future keep increasing as and when the foundations of the blockchain is what we're really focusing on, right, are established. Like in terms of, okay, the revenue sharing model works really well. Okay, we're able to achieve these many transactions. Okay, dApps are functioning very well. Let's start opening up now. Let's start allowing more and more nodes to come in and validate and decentralize the blockchain even more. But I'm very sure that it's not going to stop or lock at 21 nodes for the entirety.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, thank you for that response. I did want to revisit the Chainlink partnership that you guys have. I had a few questions on that. I guess just like kicking it off at a high level, what does your partnership look like with Chainlink currently in terms of utilizing services and the general integration that you guys have?
Yeah, so there's a few things that I can say here. So right now we plan to so we haven't obviously integrated them yet. We've just planned to integrate with them. We did a collaborative thing back in Q2 or early Q3, if you remember that. But basically, what it is that we plan to integrate Chainlink feeds to basically secure the decentralized governance model. And to provide developers on Glitch with cryptographic guarantees that all price data on the Glitch network is always up to date and reliable, right? And so that also includes market information, like use cases like yield farms, insurance, DEX, AMMs, etc. And so we're also facilitating price reference token swaps as well, from the glitch D apps to network participants and users. And a lot of our use cases around Chainlink also will be through the GEX in the future. So again, it is an iterative process, and we hope to announce more details around our integrations with Chainlink once we actually begin to integrate their price feeds.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. To also add to this, the first real step of integration would be to have Chainlink do what they're doing for Ethereum dApps exactly on the Glitch blockchain. So the first integration is on the core blockchain perspective in order to understand, okay, how are they able to integrate their whole processes into this blockchain that we're working on, how easy it is. Once that's done, then obviously the data and the price feeds will be used, like Aram said, for the glitch in native dApps that we are going to be working on, like the GEX and the wallet and then many others. And then it'll then grow into, once we have more and more developers starting to build on the glitch blockchain, they will come in and realize, oh wow, there's Chainlink, which is already providing services for dApps on many other blockchains, is also helping out with glitch. So interaction with blockchains, or this whole interoperability will also chime in. And from a developer's perspective, it will be easy for you to work on your dApp, which you might probably have already done on, let's say, SushiSwap, right? So it's across multiple different blockchains. So from a developer from SushiSwap's perspective, you'd be like, okay, there's Chainlink as well, Chainlink on glitch. So it makes my life a little more easier. Everything is much more accessible for me because Chainlink is across many different blockchains. So connections or understanding what's happening in different blockchains is also easy for me. So it just makes your life easier when it comes to deployment of your dApp or your financial dApp on top of the Glitch network.
Okay. Gotcha. So like officially you guys, there's no partnership or integration with Chainlink currently for Glitch?
We
No,
have
because we don't
partnership.
have main.
We're officially a partner of Chainlink. It's just that we're waiting on us to go mainnet first in order to begin the whole integration part, sides of things. But we're obviously in talks with them. Our teams are connected, and we're closely in touch.
Okay, gotcha.
By the way, guys, I have a meeting to jump off on too. So I think I'll leave this to Hobie and Aram, and I'll see y'all.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming on, Rohan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rohan, for your expertise and
thank you, Rohan.
answering these questions.
Thanks,
Thanks a
Rohan, for
lot.
being here.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot for your time. I'll see y'all.
Thank you.
I'll text you, Aram.
Yeah, no worries.
Yep. Cheers.
Aram, so I guess
Yeah.
I'll kind of like these last few questions on Chainlink. Like you said, you're a Link Marine, so I'm actually curious. Like, have you guys considered or thought about like, will CCIP play a role within Glitch protocol? Is that one thing you guys have kind of considered down the line, or if that would even make sense to integrate?
I'm pretty sure leadership is talking about it. I mean, Rohan hopped off. I'm the marketing manager, so I won't be able to answer too many tech-specific questions. Moving, for the space now since he left. But I know that there's a lot happening around Chainlink, and we're going to plan to integrate Chainlink oracles on testnet and then mainnet, and then multiple iterations on different things that we're doing with Chainlink, and then a whole co-marketing campaign that we're planning behind the scenes too. So there's a lot that's coming up with things in regards to Chainlink, but we do have to first launch the mainnet, right? And then through different iterations, then we can begin to start integrating different aspects and really bring the glitch protocol to life over the long term, and so that's kind of the plan.
Awesome. Mewtwo, should we? Do we have time for community questions? I know there's a lot of glitch people tuning in. We typically do community questions. Is that something you guys have time for, or Mewtwo? I'll pass it over to you to see.
Yeah, we have a few. We have some time for some questions. I think I see. Here, let me scroll down. Let me sec. I think I see Crypto Plebes here as well. I'm not sure if you guys know or heard of Crypto Plebes, but we're doing some really, really cool things with them too. I'm not sure if you're able to, have that here. Let me see. Oh, okay.
I'm
So
actually
DM me.
I'm a crypto plebe myself.
Oh, really? Maybe we can get him on for a couple of minutes, making it talk about what they're doing with us, if they want to join.
Yeah, sure. If they want to request, we can bring them up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So just hit
Not
the
to
mic
steal my
button.
NFT bags.
Yeah, no, yeah. So let's see if you can request it. Let me see.
I've got two crypto plebs.
Okay, I think he's gonna request it right now.
Yep. You guys hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up?
How's it going?
Sweet. Thanks for having me on. Yeah. Thanks, Ron, for the setup.
No worries. Yeah. So just talk about what you're building and how Glitch plays a role in all that.
Yeah, we've actually partnered with Glitch in the past, and we ended up doing 11 plebes for their community. And I have to say, it was absolutely insane. Like, we had one of our plebes ended up going for 3.1 Ethereum. And the amount of support from the Glitch community is just insane. Like, we partnered with Bancore before, but even Bancore, I don't think they compared with Glitch in comparison.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, like what Crypto Plebs is at a high level, do you want to tell the audience what it's about?
Yeah, so Crypto Plebes are NFTs in which we're actually adding a gaming metaverse to the NFT space, which no other project has actually done. So what we're aiming to do is to bring other projects like Glitch and Bancore into the sandbox. That's our starting metaverse area. And then we're looking to expand into a gaming suite. So we're going to be kind of like a competitor to Gala Games, if you've heard of them, and have sort of games like Axie Infinity where it's play to earn, and we'll integrate plebes like our own NFTs into the game.
Super sick. Yeah, it's gonna be like is it like a 2-dimensional like Roblox type scenario?
So Sandbox is 3D, and most of our games are going to be 3D, but we're going to implement 2D, sort of like Axie Infinity is 2D, or like a Street Fighter sort of games. But yeah, we're just going to have a massive suite of games, and we're working towards building that out.
Yeah, our collaboration with Crypto Plebes has been awesome. I mean, 3.1 ETH for the highest one. The floor, by the way, for all the Glitch specific NFTs sold, I think it was at a 0.6 ETH floor. So at the time, valued at $2,800. We gave 2 of them out for free as well. So it's been really cool what we've been doing, and what they're doing specifically is really cool too, and how they're integrating Glitch into what they're doing for all the Glitch Plebe NFT holders. And yeah, I don't know if you want to jump more into that related to Glitch specifically, if you wanted to share just like a quick minute blurb really fast.
Yeah, so with Glitch, we're actually offering them a Clubhouse. So we're giving additional utility to their the specific Glitch plebes, where everyone that joins our actual sandbox land, they can go into a Clubhouse. So it's like a bit of a nightclub / bar area within the game. And then we're going to have quests within that. I won't give too much detail about it because one of our quests is actually going to be pretty hidden. And we've actually left basically what we're creating in the game to our community. It's a Glitch where we'll say to our community, we'll do a poll and say, all right, who wants to do like Fight Club plebes? And so we actually had a poll on that. And so we started building like a quest system where we've got a Fight Club where you can use Glitch plebes to fight each other, and you've got to like knock them out. And the ultimate utility would be to get Glitch involved in like giving away tokens as we've built it out, so their community can just hang and meet new communities.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds dope. Definitely, keep you up to date with what you guys are doing. Would love to see it when it drops.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely be coming around December. Just got to wait on the alpha to be finished with Sandbox, and then we'll have everything set out.
Let's go. Exciting. Congrats.
Thanks.
There you go. Yeah, would love to get into some community questions. I have about 5 minutes, and then I do have another meeting at 7:30. Got to hop off.
All right, guys. If you want to ask the Glitch team some questions, just hit that request button. We'll kind of shoot through of people to get multiple requests.
During this intermission, I just want to say thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to come on and ask some of these questions. I know we're probably probing, or at least me, I know it's probably probing a little too far, for you guys pre-mainnet, but I appreciate you guys being willing to answer what you can.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, we're still building, we're still testing, we're still going through it. Long term, it's an iterative process, and things will slowly get released and out, and then all of a sudden, at the same time, the future for Glitch is pretty bright. I mean, really bright. Truthfully, with everything that's coming up, with everything that will come up, it's pretty exciting to see what's being developed on the back end in terms of tech, and it's also exciting to see what type of different opportunities we're getting in terms of marketing, and it's kind of all leading into the big mainnet drop, and the full utility of the entire Glitch ecosystem. I think it's going to be super powerful for the DeFi space, and finally DeFi can have a niche specific network dedicated specifically for money market applications, so it's pretty cool.
Right on. I'm not seeing any requests come through. I guess, is there any closing thoughts or anything that people should look forward to for the rest of Q4 and into 2022?
Yeah, so obviously mainnet, right? And then so that's a big thing. And then what's great is that we're doing a collaboration with Gpool. So Gpool basically is the launch pad, right? Our preferred launch pad. And so the Gpool is launching their staking platform sometime in December, which is really, really cool. And we built it with them. And so that will drop at some point. And there's a lot of cool things around Gpool. Where Gpool is basically the preferred launch pad for all of the projects that are going to be built on Glitch, and there's going to be a lot of cool things around that as well. Some cool alpha that I can drop. We've already confirmed a few universities as well to do some sort of educational programs and DeFi educational accelerators and other hackathons and other things that we're doing with those top universities, and we've already confirmed at least 2 of them so far. We're talking to 3 other different types of universities, and so the goal basically is to provide a lot of education, and then the end goal really is to educate the students and have them deploy their decentralized applications on top of Glitch, and then we'll fund them. We'll provide the funding through our Glitch grants program. We started off at $2 million to begin the funding process, and then that'll increase over time. We'll add a lot more, USD to that allocation. But the end goal really is to drive development and adoption on the Glitch protocol through different educational programs, university programs, hackathons, and other partnerships that we're currently forming with other big DeFi projects as well. So it's really, really cool things are coming up. Lots to look forward to, and really looking forward to all the adoption that inevitably will occur based off all of our efforts. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's unfortunate we ran out of time. We definitely had that on the agenda. But if you guys are tuning in, go check out the website. You guys also have a bounty program as well on top of that grant program. So if you're looking to build, go check it out.
Yeah,
and that's at glitch.finance, right?
Yeah, glitch.finance. Yeah, our Twitter is at glitch protocol, and go ahead and give us a follow. We drop all of our announcements there. The newsletter is coming up this weekend. Have a whole lot of new glitch community advocates, right? So if you want to help our growth initiatives, you can apply to be an advocate. And then over the long term, we do provide rewards in glitch for equality contributions, right? And then so if you're a developer as well and you want to build and you want to build on the glitch network, the best way to get in contact with us is through the glitch grants program on our website, glitch.finance. And you can apply to build on glitched, and we'll review your idea and we'll work together to bring it to life and fund it. So yeah.
Right on. Thank you both for coming on, and everyone stay based.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.